Dung 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 dungงdung Welcome everybody to the 7th episode of the podcast brought to you by Vivek's Raj channel. Today we're going to be discussing about the SAFF Championship. Yes, it is the SAFF Championship, South Asian Football Federation Championship, which is played between the countries in South Asia. Yes, यो प्रतियोगिता आइसकेको छ तपाईको सामुमा. You can watch it live on television. AP1 HD मा दिन्छ. Dish Home Action Sports, if you have Dish Home पनि त्यसमा पनि आउँछ. और लाइभ स्ट्रिम सधैँ छ हैन. लाइभ स्ट्रिम को जमानामा टिभी नभएपछि लाइभ स्ट्रिम जिन्दाबाद. Before I get into this podcast, I released the 6th episode around 5 days ago, and I got some comments for it. Of course, we don't have many subscribers. This is the 25, and we're just starting out. Let's say pastimes. It's a hobby for me. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts, and I decided to start my own. And I've been just giving you my views. I'm only the one guy speaking here. But later on, I will be bringing you some of my friends, and then we'll start to get people of other that I don't know of, but have good stories, are in different fields of life, and have come up with different research. This is the khalko from all places. From like, I try to get sports guys, I try to get science guys, economics guys, politics guys, engineering, everything, but it's a step-by-step gradual process. The last time I episode I put it on Reddit Nepal, and I got some comments. The first comment was by Nishank010, and he had some interesting feedback, and I appreciate his feedback. I've also replied it back. And one thing that I want to say is, when I do this podcast, I don't have a lot of time for research before I do this podcast. It's while I'm doing it, while I'm recording it, I look at the stuff. That's why you'll see me pausing, you'll see me taking time, load हुनको लागि स्टफहरु टाइम लाग्छ यो हेर्न फेरि, किनकि यो मेरो हबी हो. हबी भन्दा फेरि I have other things to do as well, so this is just in the side. So you got फेरि म while I'm recording, for example, I'll record गरेर के को बारेमा बोल्न मन लाग्यो भने, and I don't know the fact about it, I have to go to the internet, and I have a laptop in front of me, so I'll do that, and it'll take time to load, and people might get bored while doing this, but it's how I do. I think this is the style that I have been. I think after looking at a lot of it, it's not the right way to go, but it's a start. I don't know if you understand, but it's a gradual process. I hope you guys will start to enjoy. And there also was a comment by INVZBLE, Invisible, I think, and he said he enjoyed the podcast, but you seem to like a lot of research. If you can go hard on covering games in Nepal along with the links, then I'd be interested in becoming a regular. Good luck. Thanks, man. It's a side gig. And I will be doing a lot of Nepalese games. I have an idea about how to analyze, especially as I'm talking about the SAFF Championship today. Next week's podcast will be dwelling on Nepal's performance, and I'll bring you a tactical analysis of what I have found out, because the SAFF, the new website, has a lot of interesting tactical features that I can access to. Interesting ones, because last time it was not, because as in the previous tournaments we didn't have that coverage and game record गर्नुपर्छ, यसो देखाउनुपर्छ. So the website has given a bit of a free bit of features to dabble with, right? So I appreciate the comments, especially Nissan Kumar. He talked about the airport situation, and the thing with the last episode is it was recorded a week earlier than it came out. So I think I released it 5 days ago, but this was recorded actually 10 days ago. So we have a bit of the podcast team is me and my brother. There's only two of us who are working on it. I do the recording, I do all the I have the subject, I speak, and he does the one editing, and he's also got his own time. He has a job as well, so this is also like a side gig. So we don't have a specific time of when it will come out, but I try to do this like once a week. And and I'm learning every process of it, and I hope you guys too. And it's a bit strange talking just to myself, because I'm not into it's a bit weird हुन्छ नि आफैले आफूसँग कुरा गर्दा फेरि किनभने generally we talk with other people, then we get their feedback, we listen to it. But when you talk with yourself, sometimes you can run out of ideas, you run out of what things to say. And it's also, I think, a skill to talk to yourself and give all out these points. You share your ideas, and when you keep talking, sometimes you keep getting ideas, and it is a good thing. So that was something I was gonna say before I start this. And it's a small step, small increment, small marginal increments, as the economics marginal concept. So I think it's a marginal thing that we're doing here. But now getting back to our topic, SAFF Championship, दक्षिण एसियाली फुटबल प्रतियोगिता भन्छ नेपालीमा, South Asian Football Federation Championship. And today I'll be talking about the details, not what is happening in this tournament, but the history behind it, and also some interesting facts, and also Nepal's involvement in this football championship, which, to be fair, Nepal is one of the teams that started out from the beginning as SAFF. The concept of SAFF comes from SARC, the South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation. As you guys might have heard, various SARC summit हुन्छ हैन. SARC summit नेपालमा हुने बित्तिकै रोड बन्छ, पुरै खतरा बनाउँछ एकछिनको लागि. So the SARC concept was introduced in 1985 in Dhaka. It was introduced in Bangladesh, and 8 years later, in 1993, they went with sports, especially football, and South Asian Football Federation Championship was born. There's also the South Asian Games, which I might be doing in future podcasts, but it's like the Asian Games or the Olympics, where there is it's a sporting event, and they have a football tournament as well there. But SAFF is specifically for senior teams. Senior teams fight out, whereas in the South Asian Games it's under 23s, because it's senior team per tournament. It started out in 1993. The name was different to Bela, South Asian Association of Regional Corporation Gold Cup. So it is known as the SARC Gold Cup. So नेपालमा पनि एउटा चलन छ, जुन पनि टुर्नामेन्टको पछाडि गोल्ड कप राख्ने, बुढा सुब्बा गोल्ड कप, आहा गोल्ड कप, पाथिबारा गोल्ड कप हुन्छ नि. There is some tournament, Madan Bhandari Memorial Gold Cup. So they started out as the Gold Cup. So this data that I am presenting to you today, this is as of 2015. 2018 is a tournament that is happening right now, so it's very hard to update. So the latest is of 2015, which was the last time before 2018 that the tournament was played. 8 nations have taken part in the SAFF championship. अहिले चाहिँ SAFF championship SAFF Suzuki Cup भन्छ. Sponsor, they got a sponsor, and it's also powered by Anontex. I don't know what Anontex is, but it's powered by Anontex, and it's also sponsored by Suzuki. अनि त्यसपछि जाँदा फेरि talking about the 8 nations that have participated in the SAFF championship in this tournament, right? First of all, India. India भन्नु, why I said India first is because they are the defending champions, and also they won the tournament more than any other countries, 7 times in the whole history of this championship. 7 times they won it, and they played 46 games in the whole tournament, in the whole history, and from 1993 to 2015. They were also one of the 4 teams to play in 1993's edition. And so they played 46 games from 1993 to 2015 in the SAFF championship. They've only conceded 31 goals. हुन्छ नि, अब 46 गेममा जम्मा 31 गोल मात्र कन्सिड गरेको छ. That's like less than 1 goal a game. So they are, every time we have the SAFF championship, India is always the favorite. They have a very strong team, a very good team as well. And now, especially with Stephen Constantine, they've improved a lot. And we'll be talking about that in the next week's episode, when hopefully the SAFF championship will finish and we'll be analyzing. And the second team is Maldives. Maldives is also one of the teams that is there and thereabouts. And they're, I think, the top scorers in the whole SAFF championship. However, they've only played 39 games in the whole tournament. They didn't start. They weren't the originals in 1993. They came later. So they played 39 games in their history of this tournament, and they've scored 86 goals. That's more than 2 goals a game. Every game 2 goals भन्दा बढी हान्ने. I think 2013 was their best performance because they scored a lot of goals in that tournament. 86 goals in 39 games for Maldives. Then Afghanistan. Now Afghanistan they came in a little bit late. They joined SAFF in 2005. Yes, they joined SAFF in 2005. If you're getting the audio a little bit lower, I'm recording in a voice recorder. I don't have a proper mic. So also a lack of resources that we have is we're trying to set up a mic. Try garera, but in the meantime we'll be doing it with a recorder. So I think I have to have your patience for this. So Afghanistan is the third team, and they joined it in 2005. However, they left the association in 2015. So 10 years they stayed in SAFF, and they left it in 2015. They joined. They became a founding member of the Central Asian Football Federation. So I think I haven't talked about this, but in Asia there are different football associations within Asia. You have the South Asian, but there is one in Southeast Asia. There is one in now Central Asia. I think the Middle East have their own Gold Cup, where the Middle Eastern teams play. So it's various sub-regions in the Asia region, and there's the main Asian Cup. So if you win the SAFF championship, that doesn't mean you get a automatic qualification in the Asian Cup. It's a different tournament, but these are sub-regional tournaments. And so Afghanistan left SAFF and break up got to SAFF sanga, and they went to the SAFF, the Central Asian Football Federation. That is a new pakkar suru bhayeko. So it says here, the Central Asian Football Association is an association of the football playing nations in Central Asia. So in June 2014, the association was in principle approved by the Asian Football Confederation and approved at the Extraordinary Congress in January 2015 during the 2015 Asian Cup. So they were given approval in 2014. So this has only been like 3 years ago, sorry. And 6 members are there in the SAFF. There's Afghanistan, Iran, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan. They haven't had a tournament yet. They're thinking about the tournament. So Afghanistan, coming back to the SAFF, Afghanistan, so they've been here in 10 years. They actually won in 2013. They reached the finals in 2015, I think in 2011 as well. And they have a pretty good squad. Afghanistan has a pretty good footballing team. Most of the players play in Europe because they were born in Europe or in America because the parents emigrated due to the situation in Afghanistan. So they have a good team. They beat Nepal twice in the semi-finals, and they've also won the tournament once. Bangladesh is the fourth team that I'll be discussing a little bit. They won the tournament in 2003. They're the only one tournament that they have won, and they've also hosted the tournament 3 times, which is a record, I think. The Bangabandhu National Stadium is an iconic stadium in South Asia, which is also the host of the Bangabandhu Gold Cup, which is another tournament that they host. The next team is Sri Lanka. They won it once in 1995. That's a long time ago. And it's Sri Lankan football. We don't hear about it much there. And they're a country just outside the coast of India. They won it in 1995. Pakistan is the next team. And interesting fact about Pakistan is they have never won the tournament, and they have not been in the semi-final since 2005. So since 2005, they've not got out of the group stages. The group stages बाट पनि निक्लेको छैन. So it's a dilemma for Pakistani football, and there's some troubled times in Pakistani football. The league has been stranded. Stranded league भएको news सुनेको थिएँ मैले. The league isn't operating, and recently I think they've gotten over it. They're trying to resolve it. They have a good facility in their capital, but in other cities like Rawalpindi, Karachi, they don't have facilities. That's what I've been hearing. Nepal, the host Nepal, our country. Yes, Nepal ayo, Gorkhali, Gorkhe. And Nepal is the next country, and we played in the SAFF championship 11 times. Here's our record. We've played 34 games in these 11 times that we've been there. 34 games overall. We won 9. We've scored 37 goals until 2015. यो जुन मैले तपाईलाई स्ट्याटिस्टिक्स भनिरहेको छु यो तथ्याङ्क 2015 सम्म मात्रको हो. So From 1993 to 2015, we've been in there 11 times. 34 games have been played total. त्यसमा हामीले 9 वटा मात्र जितेको छौं. 9 wins out of 34. We've scored 37 goals and conceded 51 goals. So not a decent record for Nepal, and we have never won this tournament. Last team is Bhutan. Oh, Bhutan, yes. Bhutan. Jigme Wangchuk ko Bhutan. The land of the dragon. Druk air. Druk achar pani ho hai. So an interesting fact about Bhutan is that they've only won one of the 21 games that have played in the SAFF Championship. They have a record of just one win out of the 21 games that they have played. So it's not a good statistic for Bhutan. So this is the 8 nations, and so far now we have 7 nations. Afghanistan chhodyo, they formed their own group, and I think it's a much stronger than the Asian. Is a much stronger. What do you say? It's a stronger group of countries than Afghanistan were playing in the SAFF, because Iran is a very good team. Kyrgyzstan is a decent team. They're in the top 100 FIFA rankings. Uzbekistan, the lowest ranking is Afghanistan, 145. So it's a good step from Afghanistan, but it's also hard for the South Asian region, because Afghanistan was growing really well and we could have used a little bit of competition. But football is football. This is another topic that is interesting to talk about, and I will do that in the future episodes. Now, talking about the first edition, which is the 1993 edition, right? There were only 4 teams in the 1993 SARC Gold Cup. India, Pakistan, Nepal, and Sri Lanka. Okay? 1993 को edition ma. So let me just pull up the 1993 edition. And then India were the winners in that edition. India won, and this tournament was played in Pakistan. 4 teams, and it was a group stage style match. Only 4 teams थियो हैन, एउटा group, and whoever topped the group won the game. तर के थियो भने इन्डिया थियो, इन्डिया, पाकिस्तान, नेपाल, श्रीलङ्का थियो, तर एउटा पाकिस्तानले जुनियर टिम पनि ल्याएको थियो. It participated as Pakistan White, but interesting fact is their matches were not a part of the tournament. This tournament was played as a league where the team gets the highest points wins the competition. And this so they brought in a Pakistan White team that played with India. Did they play with Pakistan? Yeah, they played with Pakistan. So Pakistan White also played with Pakistan's senior team. They played with India, Nepal, Sri Lanka. They didn't win any of their games. And they drew against Nepal. So Nepal draw गर्ने पर्थ्यो. And India won the first edition. So it was held in Pakistan. And so bit of a rivalry between India and Pakistan. So ठुलो rivalry छ भनौं हैन. So India winning in Pakistan is another topic to talk about. Good win for them, talking about it. 11 goals scored in that tournament. There were 6 matches played. And also there were a lot of name changes in the middle. SAFF Gold Cup bhanyo, SAFF Championship bhanyo. Lot of name changes. Bichama South Asian Gold Cup pani bhaneko थियो हैन. A lot of changes name, and so the name that we know by now, the SAFF Championship, was started from 2008. It was renamed the SAFF Championship, and from 2008 different sponsors got into it. The Suzuki thing, there was also a different sponsor. 2011 came out. It's a different sponsor, so we know the SAFF Championship is from 2008. And also there was a lot of talks about research. Last episode I had done a lot of research for this one. The next thing I'm going to talk about is some interesting facts from the SAFF Championship. Had the highest scoring final. जुन चाहिँ फाइनलमा धेरै गोल भएको थियो. It was in 1997 edition of the SAFF Championship that was held in Nepal, here in Kathmandu, and India won it 5-1 against Maldives. So India beat Maldives 5-1. So that's the highest scoring final in SAFF Championship final history. The first penalty shootout final was between Bangladesh and Maldives. So these both 2 nations reached the final in 2003. That was held in Dhaka. They drew 1-1 in regular time, 90 minutes, and extra time, and they went to penalties. Bangladesh won the game 5-3, and this is also the game that does not involve India in the final. So the 2003 edition tournament is the last edition where India did not reach the final. After 2003, India have either won the tournament or have reached the final, and I think they've won the tournament more than they have reached the final. Here 2003, yes, Bangladesh won it, and then this was 2005 India beat Bangladesh. 8 Maldives beat India, 9 मा इन्डिया बिट मालदिभ्स, 11 मा इन्डिया बिट अफगानिस्तान, 13 मा अफगानिस्तान बिट इन्डिया, 15 मा इन्डिया बिट अफगानिस्तान. So they've won the final. They've won the tournament 4 times since 2003 and been in finals twice. That's a pretty decent stat because it shows how the dominance of India in the South Asian region. So, अब नेपालको मा आउँ हैन, Nepali top scorer in the south. There has been one Nepali that has top scored in the south in this tournament. It was way back in 1999 that the tournament was held in India, in Goa, Margao. Margao is the capital city of Goa, and his name is Naresh Joshi. He scored 3 goals in the tournament, but he was the top joint scorer with 3 players, along with other 3 players, and that other 3 players ma एउटा चाहिँ भाइसुङ भुटिया थियो. So, and he's also the guy that has the only hat-trick for Nepal in the South Asian Football Federation Championship. So kudos to Naresh Joshi dai. I think he's still alive today. He used to play at Friends Club, 3-star I read, and he's a midfielder. I think he's a attacking midfielder. I didn't get a lot of stats about him, facts about him. I didn't have the time, but Naresh Joshi is a national hero. So another interesting fact is तपाईं यदि SAFF Suzuki यो अहिलेको जुन SAFF championship को वेबसाइट छ www.saffchampionship.org मा जानुभयो भने त्यसको तपाईको टप लेफ्ट ह्यान्ड साइडमा एउटा 3टा बार छ, त्यसमा थिच्नुस् हैन, अनि तपाईं अबाउट मा जानुस् अनि गभर्निङ बडीमा थिच्नुस्, अनि गभर्निङ बडीमा थिचेपछि तपाईले त्यहाँ you will see the governing body, the SAFF president, the AIF, India ko football ring president, Pakistan ko president, Maldives ko president, Sri Lanka ko president, Bhutan ko president. You don't see the Nepal, you don't see the representation from Nepal there. It's also because Nepal just conducted the ANFA elections. The Kormat Shiring, I think, won the election, but I think this hasn't been updated. It doesn't have the head of the Nepalese Football Association. Maybe it's due to the fact that ANFA was having the elections, or SAFF doesn't care about Nepal. Hey, that's another story. Another interesting fact about this is the 2013 SAFF Championship has the highest number of goals scored in the whole history of the tournament. The 2013 SAFF Championship had the highest number of goals scored, and some of the goal haneko थियो with 51 goals in 15 matches. So that is 3.4 goals per every match, and this is why, because this is किनभने Maldives scored 10 goals against, I think, कुन टिमसँग 10 गोल हानेको थियो अनि कुन टिमसँग 6 गोल हानेको थियो. They were rampant, they were running wild in the tournament. So 51 goals in 15 matches is a lot of goals in the 2013 edition, which was, I think, held in Nepal. Yes, I think it was held in Nepal. Yes, held in Nepal. So a lot of goals. And I also went to watch I think I went to watch 2 games, yeah. One where Nepal played Bangladesh and Bimal scored that last minute equalizer, and then when Nepal played India, when you beat them 2-1, Anil Gurung र जुमानुले हानेको थियो. Last I think Robin Singh ओके कसले गोल हानेको इन्डियाको लागि. It was a crazy game. हुन्छ नि सुनिल छेत्री ट्रेनिङ गरेको बेला बु भनेर हुन्छ नि, there was this Buddha was born in Nepal को फेनोमेनाको भइरहेको थियो. There was a huge Buddha was born in Nepal भन्ने एउटा ठुलो ब्यानर थियो के, अनि गेम एकछिनको लागि स्टप गरेको थियो because the police wanted to get that banner out of the stadium. It was a little bit political as well. सुनिल छेत्रीले बल पाउने बित्तिकै बु गर्ने, मुख छाड्ने हैन, because he had a little bit, I think he has a little bit of Nepali in him. I think his mother, his sister is Nepali, and he used to play in the Nepalese women's team. And there's also an interview of him in goalnepal.com speaking Nepali. So we are very patriotic people. India is a big country, and whenever our whenever Nepalese move to India because of family reasons or because of they immigrate to India, we always have that feeling of patriotism in us, and we let it out. And so Sunil Chhetri the tournament khatra bhayo थियो. And of course the semi-final मा अफगानिस्तान सँग रोहित चन्दले 2टा पेनल्टी मिस गरेको थियो हैन. फर्स्ट पेनल्टी वाज सेभ, अनि त्यसपछि किनभने इन्क्रोचमेन्ट भयो रे एरिया भित्र, फेरि दे लेट हिम टेक इट एन्ड देन ही मिस्ड इट अगेन. त्यसपछि एक्स्ट्रा टाइममा गोल खाइहाल्यो अफगानिस्तानसँग. क्रेजी टुर्नामेन्ट. सो नेक्स्ट अप इज अब हामी तपाईलाई लिटल बिट नेपालको बारेमा हुन्छ. नेपाल इन द साफ च्याम्पियनशिप कस्तो छ त नेपालको हिस्ट्री हैन. फर्स्ट अफ अल दे स्टार्टेड playing in 2003 and then they've been playing ever since. They have finished 4th place twice, that is in 1995 and 1999. So back in these two tournaments we had the fourth placement, okay, because they used, some of the tournaments had round robin style. There was league, कुनै कुनैमा league मात्र थियो, कुनै कुनैमा fourth place भन्ने पनि थियो. So 1995 or 1999 मा they finished fourth place. अनि त्यसपछि in 1993, 2011 and 2013 they were semi-finalists, right? So in these tournaments they didn't have 3-4, they didn't have third place matches. So we've been fourth place twice, and then we've been semi-finalist 3 times. Have never reached the final, I think, and we have never reached the final, and we've never ever won it. So जहिले पनि तर एउटा कुरा इन्ट्रेस्टिङ के छ भने जहिले पनि साफ च्याम्पियनसिपमा आउँदाखेरि Nepalese have always had a एउटा अलि पोजिटिभ एटिट्युड हुन्छ कोचहरुको, उनीहरुले पेसिमिस्ट छैन के, अलिकति opposite of pessimism, कस्तो वर्ड नआएको के, they're always positive that we're gonna win this tournament. यो यसपालि चाहिँ हामी जितेर आउँछौँ भने त्यो चाहिँ हुन्छ, तर कहिले जित्दैन, त्यो एकदम हाँस उठ्ने छ. We've taken part in 11 tournaments, and already mentioned we've played 34 games. We've won 9. We have drawn 6 games, and we've lost 19 games. This is till 2015. We've scored 37 goals. We've conceded 51 goals. So not a good record. So that means हामीले 34 वटा गेम खेल्दाखेरि 15 वटा जति चाहिँ हारेको छैनौं, 19 जति चाहिँ हारेको छौं, 19 जति चाहिँ हारेको छौं. So I think we need to improve upon that. Naresh Joshi अघि मैले भनिसके is the first and only hat-trick scorer for Nepal in the SAFF championship. That was a hat-trick in 1993. And also एउटा interesting कुरा के छ भने talking about the winning prize, एउटा winning prize को stat मा अलिकति रिसर्च गर्दाखेरि मैले के पाएँ भने in 2000 मैले सब टुर्नामेन्ट को पाइन र अहिलेको पनि पाइन. So 2013 edition को मा चाहिँ पाएँ, which was held in Nepal. The winning prize was $50,000. The runner-up was $25,000, and the semi-finalists were $10,000. So अलिकति basic math try गरौँ न. So $50,000 divided 23 जना स्क्वाड को मा एकजनाले कति पाउँछ, $2,000, right? So this is just a guess. So the winning team at that time 2013 मा भन्दा फेरि I think it was Afghanistan won in 2013, and I think each player got $2,000, but also you have staff हुन्छ हैन, तिनीहरुको backroom staff हुन्छ, coaching staff हुन्छ, physios हुन्छ, team manager हुन्छ, administration पनि हुन्छ, आएको हुन्छ. They're just talking about players. I think a player should, if they won 50,000, they 23 जना छ भने each player got $2,000. 2 लाख पायो एउटा टुर्नामेन्ट खेलेर जितेर के. So I think there's a lot of cost benefit analysis गर्नुपर्छ त्यसकोमा चाहिँ हुन्छ नि. It's a topic for another day. So another thing that I want to talk about, Wikipedia I went to look at the SAFF championship, and they had a lot of history, a lot of research, and some of the stuff is from Wikipedia, but I had to fact check. I fact checked with there is this thing called www.rsssf.com, and it has records for almost every international game in the world. They keep a record in this website, and they had some statistics about the SAFF championship, and they hadn't some, and they didn't have some, and कुनै चाहिँ थियो कुनै चाहिँ थिएन यसमा. अर्को was 11B11, and they brag themselves to have every record of every game. तर SAFF को चाहिँ अगाडिको चाहिँ थियो, पछाडिको चाहिँ थिएन. त्यो चाहिँ अचम्म लाग्यो मलाई, किनकि पछाडि झन् you had television rights हुन्छ नि, you had websites talking about it, websites like Sportskeeda, goal.com पनि थियो, and it's strange that I didn't have the record. So one thing is, I went to Wikipedia to check out the first edition of the tournament. यो चाहिँ के हो भने मैले यो 3-4 दिन अगाडि गरेको रिसर्च हो हैन, and I have been doing this research every day past week, and I prepared this. And 1993 को मा जाँदा फेरि चाहिँ के भयो भने त्यहाँ चाहिँ के भएको थियो भने है, अहिले चाहिँ यिनीहरुले करेक्ट गरेछ, तर मसँग स्क्रिनशटै लेखेको थियो के मैले हैन. So and this is not a disrespect to Wikipedia, तर यो भएको थियो भने मैले देखाउन मन लाग्थ्यो. So 1993 को टुर्नामेन्टमा चाहिँ यिनीहरुले नेपालले जितेको छ भनेर भन्यो. म चाहिँ अचम्म खाएँ, किनकि मैले पत्रिकाहरु पहिला सानोमा हुँदा फेरि I used to read about Nepalese football, मलाई एकदम इन्ट्रेस्टिङ लाग्थ्यो. अनि नेपाल had never won the tournament भन्यो के. अनि अहिले आएर हेर्दा त नेपालले SAFF च्याम्पियनशिप जितेको छ, त्यो पनि फर्स्ट एडिसन, त्यो पनि फर्स्ट भएर अचम्म लागेको थियो मलाई है. तर इन्डियाले जितेको थियो फर्स्ट टुर्नामेन्ट, तर दे ह्याड पुट नेपाल फर्स्ट होइन एन्ड एभ्री के भएको थियो भने इन्डिया र नेपालको बिच चाहिँ त्यो तलमाथि थियो कि नेपालले खेलेको गेम र हारेको गेमहरू चाहिँ इन्डियालाई दियो इन्डियाले खेलेको गेम र जितेको गेम चाहिँ नेपालले दिएको रहेछ सो लेट्स सी होइन के भएको थियो भने ओके यहाँ के लेखेको छ भने है दिस इज द वे दे मेड द मिस्टेक विकिपिडियाकोमा नेपाल फर्स्ट प्लेड 3 1-2 ड्र 1 होइन इन्डिया चाहिँ थर्ड छ प्लेड 3 ड्र 2 लस्ट 1 खासमा के भएको हो भने इन्डिया प्लेड 3 1-2 ड्रन 1 नेपाल प्लेड 3 ड्रन 2 लस्ट 1 सो नेपालले चाहिँ I'll put this up while I'm talking है I'll put this up on the podcast on the, you can see the screenshot from Wikipedia you can see the screenshot from RSSF and then you can see the screenshot also from 11v11 eh? So I fact checked this and I got doubtful because I had to use different sources and you don't त्यो SAFF को हाम्रो यो Nepalese football especially South Asian football guys you don't have many reliable websites so you have to really search on the internet and I did fact check so this is another interesting thing I think you might want to check about. Now the next thing is how many Nepalese players have scored. So this might get a little bit boring but I have collected players that have scored in every SAFF championship starting from 1995. I couldn't get the 1993 one. 1993 चाहिँ मैले पाउँदै पाइनँ. I think we did हामीले गोल हान्यो र एक गोलमा ओके त मैले रङ रेकर्ड गरेर चाहिँ नेपालले एक गोल हानेको थियो. So we don't know who's that scorer in 1993. So 1995 ma I have the record and in 1995 three players scored for Nepal. That was Deepak Amatya, Hari Khadka and Bal Gopal Maharjan. In 1997 only one guy scored for Nepal. That was Deepak Amatya. 1999 right. So this भनेको थियो नरेश जोशीको नाम आछ नि 1999 को edition was held in Goa. Naresh Joshi scored a hat-trick. He had 3 goals in the tournament. Hari Khadka scored 2. So Hari Khadka dai aunu bhayeko cha. And Bal Gopal Maharjan scored 1 goal. And he had already scored 1 before in 1995. Right? So the current coach of the national team had already scored 2 goals by 1999. This was the 2003 co-edition. There was a gap of 4 years, which was held in Dhaka. त्यसमा चाहिँ निराजन रायमाझी दाइले 2 गोल हान्नु भएको थियो. देवनारायण चौधरी scored 1 and Kumar Thapa scored 1. Then in 2005, Basanta Thapa, the legendary striker from MMC, scored twice. Surendra Tamang from Nabil 3-star scored a goal, and Vijay Gurung, winger, who also played in 3-star, scored 1. Eh? Then 2008, Vishan Gauchen, who used to play at 3-star, I remember, scored 1. Jumanu Rai scored 2. Raju Tamang scored 1, and Nirazan Rayamaji scored 3. And Raju Tamang's goal in the 2018 edition was the fastest goal in the tournament. 3 minutes में पाकिस्तानसँग गोल हानेको. अब 2009 मा आउँछौँ जुन चाहिँ ढाकामा भएको थियो अनिल गुरुङ जुमानु राई स्कोर्ड 1 अनिल गुरुङले 2 चोटी हान्नु भएको थियो विजय गुरुङले 1 चोटी हान्नु भएको थियो 2011 मा आउँदा फेरि सन्दीप राई स्कोर्ड 1 सागर थापा स्कोर्ड द लेजेन्डरी गोल एन्ड भरत खवास स्कोर्ड 1 एज वेल that is when we reached the semi-finals the Graham Roberts को पालामा थियो त्यो चाहिँ सागर थापा स्कोरिङ हाफ कोर्टबाट गोल हानेको I think it was nominated in the Puskás was it or what did it not I don't think हेर्नुपर्छ है त्यो चाहिँ 2013 edition held in Kathmandu, 2013 Kathmandu. Anil Gurung scored twice, Bharat Khawa scored 1, Bimal Gharti scored 1. So Bimal started 2013 when they said he was 15 years old. And then Jumanu scored 1. 2015 edition was disappointing because we only scored 1. Bimal scored 1. So this is only till 2015. So these are all the names of the players that have scored and the top scorer from all of the SAFF championship for Nepal. Like SAFF championship ko ma नेपालको लागि चाहिँ टप स्कोर अहिलेसम्म को छन् भन्दाखेरि 4 गोल हानेको छन् दुईजनाले तर 2018 को काउन्ट गर्ने हो भने त्यसमा एकजना थपिन्छ सो त्यसरी गर्नु पर्दा भने टप स्कोरर चाहिँ अनिल गुरुङ जुमानु राई र बिमल घरती 4 गोल हानेको छन् यिनीहरूले है अहिलेसम्म टप स्कोरर फर नेपाल इन द SAFF च्याम्पियनशिप ओभरअल सेकेन्ड प्लेसमा अहिलेको टुर्नामेन्ट पनि गर्ने हो भने देयर आर 4 प्लेयर्स निराजन रायमाझी Hari Khadka, Naresh Joshi, and Bharat Khawas, 3 goals. So these are the top 2. So in the first place, 3 players are tied with 4 goals. In second place, 4 players are tied with 3 goals. This is another interesting stat that I was able to collect. Then तपाईँलाई interesting लाग्ला होला यो SAFF championship मा मैले यो चाहिँ एकदम डिटेलली रिसर्च गरेको हो. I got this from the RSSF 11v11 Wikipedia and some of it from FIFA.com. Also another feat for Nepal in 2000. 2011, no, 2013 मा चाहिँ Afghanistan versus Nepal was voted the best match of the tournament, which was the semi-finals. I think by Sportskida. That was the semi-final. But Rohit Chand missed 2 penalties. Right? Rohit Chand will never be forgotten for that. Although he's a very good player for Nepal, he's a very integral part of the Nepalese midfield. But that 2 misses could have taken us to the final for the first time. 2011 SAFF. That goal from Balal Ariziu. Sorry. So they say, okay. Let me repeat myself. 2011 ko SAFF they were talking about, right? That was held in India. यो चाहिँ बलाल आरेज्यूले अफगानिस्तानको लागि एक्स्ट्रा टाइममा गोल हानेको थियो. दे भोटेड दिस एज द बेस्ट म्याच द टुर्नामेन्ट सेमिफाइनल 2013 कोमा, which is interesting. So another feat is Robin Shrestha. तपाईँलाई थाहा छ कि सुन्नु भएको छ कि छैन. He is a full back for the Nepalese team back then, but Nepal पुलिसको लागि पनि खेलिसक्नु भएको. So he was voted the Hero MotoCorp MVP of the host nation रे कि. अब होस्ट नेसनको लागि नि एउटा प्राइज दिनु पर्यो भनेर त्यो जुन चाहिँ 2013 को एडिसन हो यो नेपालमा भएको, त्यसमा चाहिँ रबिन श्रेष्ठलाई दिएको थियो the MVP of the tournament host nation ko लागि. And Nepal were also given the FIFA Fair Play Award in the 2013 edition of the SAFF Championship. So these are some of the interesting facts. Only there's a controversy also. I like to talk about this. There's a little controversy. यो फोटो पनि राख्नुला तपाईलाई. 2015 मा SAFF Championship India मा भएको थियो. अनि the first match of the tournament was Nepal versus Sri Lanka है. And both teams were wearing similar colored jerseys. Sri Lanka को चाहिँ अलिकति maroon थियो तर red, dark maroon, and in Nepal को पनि dark red थियो के. And this was a little bit of a mix up between the administration and the players. There was not enough communication, and we'll show you the 2 pictures. First half मा चाहिँ दुवै टिमको रातो रातो के तर श्रीलङ्काको अलिकति maroon type and Nepal had the dark red. Second half मा Nepal had to change it to blue in the second half, right? So this is another interesting thing that I was able to collect. So these are some of the things that I did my research on. Hopefully this will be a good background to the episode next week that is gonna be about the tactical side of the game, and I hope I will be able to present it in a simple manner that you will be able to understand. And again, this is a podcast that is done with limited time and limited resources. So we have a lot of mistakes and we're trying every day to improve upon it. So with this, I would like to say tata, goodbye, adios.